Was Barron Trump snubbed when it came to being on the White House Christmas card? Some people on Twitter appear to think so. Others, however, simply cite his mother and former First Lady Melania Trump for being ultra-resistant to forcing her young teenage son into the spotlight and instead being especially strict about maintaining his privacy. A far cry from her stepdaughter Ivanka Trump, who is widely known for thrusting her children onto the campaign trail and regularly featuring them on her social media. Barron's absence was probably most palpable when his father gave his final speech as President of the United States on the tarmac before boarding Air Force One for the last time on January 20th, 2021. While the rest of the brood was front and center for the speech, including Don Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany, Barron was nowhere in sight. People magazine also reported that Barron was noticeably missing during his parents' departure from the White House, a very peculiar break from what is usually a time-honored tradition, watching the entire first family exit the White House together. So what's with Barron missing out on all of the major events of his former presidency, specifically his final moments? Perhaps Donald and Melania's son wasn't so much missing from such high-profile events for his father, but rather hidden away from harm's reach. It's possible that Mama and Papa Bear Trump learned that lesson the hard way in December 2019 when Professor Pamela Karlan opted to use their son Barron and his name as an analogy, while testifying during the House impeachment hearings, according to Fox Business. In what appears to have been an effort to explain that Donald was a president and not a king with the power to do whatever he wanted, Karlan made the remark, "The Constitution says there can be no titles of nobility."
So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a baron.
This ruffled even the seemingly calmest of feathers, including those of then First Lady Melania, who immediately rose to her son's defense on Twitter. She fired back. "A minor child deserves privacy and should be kept out of politics. Pamela Karlan, you should be ashamed of your very angry and obviously biased public pandering and using a child to do it." A short time later, Karlan did go on record and apologize for her words. She said, "I want to apologize for what I said earlier about the president's son. It was wrong of me to do that. I wish the president would apologize, obviously, for the things that he has done that are wrong, but I do regret having said that." But maybe the explanation is a bit more simple. Perhaps Barron Trump is simply over it. According to the Washington Post, while Donald was reportedly brooding in the West Wing over his final days in office, Barron's mother was already planning her next steps, which include finding a new school for Barron. It's pretty safe to assume this is no small feat when you're dealing with the son of the 45th President of the United States. Ivanka Trump, Donald's first wife and mother of Ivanka, Don Jr., and Eric, went on the record in November 2020 stating that she's very glad that her children will once again be able to resume their normal lives. And maybe Melania is quietly celebrating that for her son as well. Ivanka told People magazine, "I just want them to be able to live their normal lives. Normal lives, not the Washington life and all that, just in New York or wherever they're going to be and just live their normal lives. I think they enjoyed being around Donald and running the election and seeing what will happen, but now it is, thank God, over." Could it be that Melania and Barron had their own private farewell celebration in which they bid adieu to the White House and all the responsibilities and unwanted attention that came with it? The world may never know.
I take care of myself and of our son.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.